Hey guys, Paul here, the Impulsive Culinarian. In this video, I want to talk to you about my vegetable Tian recipe. So guys, thanks for tuning in to week 4 of my 6 weeks of spring recipes. It is freaking gorgeous outside, and I think I'm going to cook outside today. All right, but first, let's get into the ingredients you're going to need for my vegetable Tian. All right, so start off with 1 teaspoon of dairy-free margarine, 4 shallots, which you're going to thinly slice, 3 garlic cloves, also thinly sliced, salt and pepper, 3 skinny Roma tomatoes, so regular Roma tomatoes, but try and find the skinniest ones you can, 1 large carrot, 1 short yellow zucchini, and 1 short green zucchini. I'll be honest, I couldn't find yellow, so I'm using 2 green ones today. 3 fingerling potatoes. Now, if you can't find fingerling potatoes, get the smallest, longest ones that you can find. You want everything to be around the same size. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, some more kosher salt and freshly ground black pepper, the juice of half of a lemon, 1/3 of a cup of gluten-free breadcrumbs, 1 tablespoon of chopped fresh thyme, and 2 ounces of dairy-free white cheese. So we're already outside. Let's set up the can and get cooking. So vegetable Tian, it's basically a pretty looking vegetarian dish that you're going to be layering in around a 2-liter casserole dish like this with medium height sides. So you're layering tomatoes and zucchini and carrots and all these beautiful different colors, roasting them in the oven, and it looks fantastic when you take it out and put that on the table for your guests. So basically there's very little cooking involved in the preparation part. You're going to get yourself 4 sliced up shallots, thinly sliced, okay? And 2 or 3 cloves of garlic. They're in my bowl here somewhere, also thinly sliced. And you want to get those into the casserole dish to create that base right at the bottom. Before you do that, you want to grease that with some dairy-free margarine, around a teaspoon or so. All right, so now with your margarine at the bottom of the casserole dish, you want to pop in your thinly sliced shallots. Next, guys, you want to get 3 big cloves of garlic and slice them up nice and thin. All right, once you've sliced up your garlic cloves, get those into the casserole dish and mix everything around a bit so that it's nice and combined. There we go, the perfect foundation for a vegetable Tian casserole. Garlic and shallots in the bottom of a dish. Now, before we start layering all of the other vegetables, let's season these onions and garlic with some kosher salt and some freshly ground black pepper. Okay, so in the intro, guys, I was talking about getting Roma tomatoes that are skinny. You know what? Sometimes it's hard to find. But basically, all of the vegetables are going to have to be around the same size, the same diameter, to create that effect of having these layers of vegetables that are not like big, small, big, small. Listen, you can't make a perfect thing out of it, all right? You do the best that you can. Zucchini is a good guide. Find some Roma tomatoes that are around the same sort of, circumference, all right? And same thing with your potatoes. Now, you can always peel potatoes down if you want to, but you don't have to get too obsessed with it. The hardest part is finding carrots that are big enough, because there's never always these great big carrots. So especially after they've been peeled, they're even smaller. What I like to do is cut them on an angle so that at least they get a little bit longer slices, and the width, well, you just have to deal with it. So do your best, get them into nice, even, thin slices. Start off chopping away. I almost forgot. Go back inside and preheat your oven to 425. Be right back. So sadly, I could not find a green and a yellow zucchini when I went to the grocery store last week, so unfortunately I have 2 green ones. But the effect is still quite nice. With the carrots and the tomato, it gives it a good color mix. So you probably won't use all of both of your zucchinis. You're going to have a little bit of leftover. So make a zucchini salad. So like I was saying, guys, by cutting these carrots sort of on a diagonal, I get the length is at least as wide as a piece of one of my zucchinis or the tomatoes, but the width, of course, you're doing the best that you can, but it's still come out very nice. All right, last layer, let's peel up the potatoes. So the potatoes you want to cut particularly thin. The carrots, not so bad. The zucchini doesn't really matter. The tomatoes are already soft, but these potatoes, you want to make sure that each individual slice of potato cooks sort of at the same speed as all of the rest of the vegetables, which have already got a head start. So nice and thin. Okay, the chopping is done. So there's a lovely plate of vegetables that are set to be arranged in my casserole dish. All right, so guys, make a deck of 5 cards. Start with a tomato, a a zucchini, a carrot, a yellow zucchini, of which I have none, and lastly, 1 slice of potato. And start making a circle. Cassie, you want to come help? All right, so you know what to do?
Yep.
Do you think we're going to run out of any vegetables?
Probably not.
I hope not.
But we could probably make another one.
Yeah, we could just cut some more stuff, right?
Or we could use the stuff that we already used.
True.
So when you are done doing the plate, go wash your hands to make sure that all the other grease doesn't mix up with your next ingredients.
Good advice. Go wash those hands, please.
You too, Dada. You've been working as well.
In a second. I'd like to thank my sous chef Cassidy for all your assembly help. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so as you can see, guys, I certainly have some leftovers. That's going to make a delicious salad, pretty much. But now, the casserole looks fantastic. But we're not done. Let's finish this off. So sadly, guys, the next step requires us to go inside. Bye-bye, backyard. Let's go in, girls. Come on. Help me bring some stuff. Here, first you help bring in some stuff. Put that on the counter. Put that in the fridge.
He's really good, everybody. So remember to subscribe to the channel always if you think of his videos.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for that, Kat. So what a shame to have to come inside, but it's a necessary evil. That's where the oven is. We got to bake this stuff. So I've lightly toasted a couple of pieces of those small gluten-free breads. If you got homemade stuff, 1 slice should do the trick. Get those in the food processor along with a couple of ounces of your favorite dairy-free white cheese. Get that in there as well. And a tablespoon or so of fresh thyme. All right, so give that a quick blitz so everything is nice and combined. There you go, a beautiful gluten-free, dairy-free gratin topping, ready to go. All right, so now that our gratin mixture is prepared, we're ready to start baking this dish. It looks lovely, it's just beautiful, and we know that underneath there's that secret weapon, those shallots and garlic. That's gonna add a lot of wonderful flavor to the entire dish. But first, we wanna do something. We want to drizzle the top of this with a little bit of olive oil, around a tablespoon or 2. Now that we got the oil on there, we want to generously season with some kosher salt and freshly ground black pepper. So now that our Tian casserole is nicely seasoned and drizzled with oil, we want to cover it up, get it into the center rack of a 425-degree oven for 20 minutes. All right, so while the Tian casserole is roasting for its first 20-minute session, you want to get that breadcrumb mixture out into a clean bowl. Okay, vegetable Tian, cooking phase 1 of 3. After 20 minutes, get it out. All right, so the next step is to bake it again, uncovered for 15 minutes. But what we want to do is sort of baste it with the juice of half of a lemon, right over the top. Back in it goes in the center rack, uncovered for 15 minutes. Part 2 complete. After 15 minutes, get it out. All right, so those vegetables are pretty much roasted to almost completion. You can see there's a nice little browning happening on some of those potatoes, and the tomatoes are nice and wilted, but just sweetened. Looks perfect, but it could be better. Let's get some gratin on there. So now you want to sprinkle that gratin mixture evenly on top of the Tian. And back in it goes for the final round, 10 minutes, center rack, uncovered. Ten minutes is up. Get that Tian out of the oven. Mission accomplished, guys. Now listen carefully. You can just hear that sizzling in the bottom. That means that the juices have done their bit in sort of steaming those vegetables a little bit. But underneath, don't forget, there's all those beautiful sliced shallots and thinly sliced garlic that are roasted to perfection. And they add a beautiful flavor base to the bottom of that Tian. Yeah. All right. I'd serve that. So week 4 success, guys. There's my vegetable Tian, beautiful vegetarian spring dish that you can serve as a side for any fancy meal when you have guests over. So guys, thanks for watching week 4 of my 6 weeks of spring recipes. If you like the video, be sure to hit that button and subscribe to the channel. 2 more videos in the series coming up and lots more fun stuff to come following afterwards. So don't miss any of it. Be sure to subscribe, and me and my sunburn will catch you in the next video.